You already know what it is, man. IlFam79 on your social media choice, aka Cedric the Entertainer. That is me smelling like that, man. Here with my main Apple Scrapple, man, my guy, brother Andino, the Chocolate City. You know what I mean? Chocolate City champion. What's going on, brother? How are you?
Life is fantastic. I'm the Chocolate City champion. I'm in DMV. I'm the greatest adopted son here. Like, you know what I'm saying? Another day. Another day being happy.
I like the adopted son. Where you from?
Oh yeah, I'm from Brooklyn. I'm from Brooklyn, but I can't even deny it as much as I would love to. Born and raised in Brooklyn, New York, but the truth of the matter is my wrestling career started and took off here in the DMV. If DC doesn't happen in my wrestling career, I'm not none of this. I don't even have a credible enough anything for anyone to care to interview me, let alone. So I'm like Carmelo Anthony, but for wrestling.
Huh?
That's a good way to put it. Yeah,
I like it. I like
cool.
it.
Yeah.
Carmelo gave his whole accent up and everything. He's not from Baltimore. He's from Baltimore. Oh,
yeah. You feel what I'm saying? Like I'm like Mello except for wrestling. That's really
so. Let me ask you a question. What's the theme song that you come out to?
I come out to "Hustler's Ambition" by 50 Cent.
Why?
It's my favorite 50 Cent song, and I think it captures my character or who I am in general. I think it captures my feelings and who I am for professional wrestling.
It's one of those songs. 50's good at that. 50's always kind of been good at making those records that have quote unquote feel.
Yeah, he's my favorite artist. Yeah, that's who I grew up on.
That makes perfect sense because 50 Cent, the best part of 50 Cent's whole entire run is that 50 has never ever been afraid to play the bad guy.
See?
Brother Andino, I'm going to be honest, you're one of my favorite heels that I see locally, is of course, because you don't try to be cool.
Nah.
You come out there and you try to piss people off.
Yeah.
Why is that? And why is that important to you?
So true story, when I first got into this, I came into this trying to be a masked good guy. I still have the mask. I came into this trying to be a masked good guy. My trainer told me no one's gonna go for that. You're entirely too big. I didn't even have the weight that I have now when that happened, so it only furthers now. And when he got to know me, he said, "You have a great personality, and it's gonna be hard to like you inside of wrestling because you're too personable and not relatable." And I didn't know what he meant. I thought I took it all as an insult. And I should have listened to him. He's been doing this for a long time, still doing this, and he's been in the ring with some of the best. So Nick Sick and Taylor. But I should have just took his word for it, because I wasted 2 whole years trying to do this mask thing, and just didn't hit. And then just before COVID, after 5 people who are credible people told me, take that shit off, the 5th person is when I decided to listen. And I started off in that persona, and I had to restart. So I was a manager for what then would become my tag team partner. And I was doing the director, Christopher Andino, and I hated it. But it was my first time being a bad guy. And when I got my first legit match, because when I was doing the mask thing, because I was still undertrained, I was only doing battle royals and segments. I wasn't doing real matches. So my first match, before that match happens, I was called by my trainer to set up the ring, and it was this taco festival. No, excuse me, it was a barbecue festival in Allentown, Pennsylvania. And when I came out, before I came out, the promoter looked at me before knowing what my character was. I had planned on putting on the mask for this. He saw me without the mask, shakes my hand, tells me it's me versus A versus B versus C, 4-way match. I'm not saying two of those guys' names because one is a woman abuser and the other one's I don't like him, so I'm not gonna give him any love. So
yeah, we'll talk about that after. I
those
get to
guys.
that after. Yeah.
The important part, they the guy sees me, just sees my face, nothing else. Probably looks directly at this damn scar, and he goes, "Your heel, your face, looks right at me. You're the big heel, and you're up." And I was like, "I'm what? I've never worked heel." I go out there, my music hits, because I was like, I don't know if you've ever seen my gimmick. I don't think it'll make sense to be a bad guy. And one of the guys told me, he said, "Hey, bro, you might as well just not wear the mask then." So I don't wear the mask, but I wear the rest of my gimmick because I didn't have gear to be this guy. And my music hits, and one of these white people says, "Oh, it's another ER." True story.
He said nigger, like he leaned the nigger.
I had very flavored Spanish music at the time.
Okay.
So when the music transitioned to the Spanish lyrics, someone goes, "No, it's a nigger spick."
Holy smokes!
And immediately,
Compound racism.
My natural nature, because I actually, true story, I don't like being mean to people. Like, I was raised to be nice. I intentionally tried to be very open and very welcoming, and I try to be a nice guy. I have a bad resting bitch face that I can't help, but naturally, people, I hear it all the time. "Oh my God, you're a lot nicer than I thought you was." And I'm like, that's only when the bell rings. I promise, you can talk to me. I try to be a good person. Like, I have a wife. Somebody loves me. I promise I'm a nice guy. But when that happened, I found all the motivation to be a bad person. And I directed my attention to him, and he had a daughter, and she had an ice cream cone. I'm 6'2", all of it, and my arms are 6'6" in reach. I stretched out, put my hand over her ice cream, squeezed it, and I told her, "Blame your daddy." And then I proceeded to win the match.
That's amazing.
And from that day to today, when I'm that mean person, that's in the back of my mind. So that level that you see, it's because I'm treating everyone like that one racist dude in that trucker hat in Allentown, Pennsylvania. Like, so it's a different kind of like, because it's like, wow, he's so good at being an asshole. It's because I'm remembering a legitimate racist. So if there's anything that's going to motivate a black man, I think it'll be a racist, especially one that I couldn't punch. Because if I would have just punched him, I'd have gone right back to being a nice guy.
Yeah.
I couldn't because I had to be a professional.
Absolutely. Now, talking about being a professional, what is it about this that, because it's this is a hard business. It's a really hard business, not only because of you beating yourself up incessantly, but also it's a lot of politics in it. It's a lot of BS to deal with. What about this business keeps you kind of coming back and not like flipping the table and saying peace?
This is gonna sound so arrogant.
I like it. I already like it.
So what? I'm good at this, yo. So like, I mean, keep it real, man. Like, why would you give up on something when you know you're good at it? Like, sure, I'm not on TV. Sure, I'm not one of like the top go-to, like, you know, a lot of these companies, it's the Black Wrestling Podcast. A lot of these companies, when they do their affirmative action bookings, and they only pull from the same 8 to 10 popular black guys, right? And I'm not in that 8 to 10, and that's okay. But according to this list that everyone cares about, the PWI, I'm 347. And that was the one time I ever put in my application. I wonder what I would have been if I've been putting my application since day one. I've been good at this since I started it. I got into this with 4 other guys, and I've eclipsed all 4 of them. Not that they're bad, but compared to them, when you set our ceilings, mine was set the lowest. And I mean, that's their fault for putting my tall ass in the shed. So now there's just no roof, and I'm just on the ladder, just climbing and climbing and climbing, and I'm not afraid of heights. So that's their problem, not mine. So while I don't really know what behind looks like because I stopped looking back there forever ago. I'm just perpetually wearing sunglasses, just looking at my future. I'm just cooking, bro. Like, I know I'm gonna get it. Some people get it late, some people get it early, some people don't get it at all. I'm not gonna concern myself with the next man because I know I'm gonna get it whether someone tries to hold me back from getting it early or not. Like, someone's got to believe in me, and like, it's a good thing I like me. So I don't really need nobody to like me. I don't need nobody to back me up. I'm my own backup, and I can fight. So I'm gonna be all right. Like, it's just somebody got to believe in you, bro. Me, God, and my wife. So it's a good trio. Like, I'll be fine. So that's where I'm at with it.
Yeah, there's this amazing picture. I don't need to. It's taken by an amazing photographer, right? I'm not even going to get into that. You're at a F1ght Club event, and it's a multi-person match, and you are hiding behind this pillar, right? And it's why, like, I get into there two heels when I go out and I see folks wrestle that I can't wait to come out because I know it's going to be a good time.
Yeah.
The first one is Darius Carter. The second one,
He's
my
amazing.
friend.
He's amazing.
And the second is you, because we are going to see, I would say, classic, like, heel bad guy stuff. Get into that psychology, like, talk about how you I guess look to other than, you know what I'm saying, seeing that guy in that cap. But like, how do you get into that mindset, and how do you think of the things you do out there to, get yourself over that way?
You are good at your job. That was the way you put that together was fantastic. Also, I appreciate you putting me in the same conversation as someone like a Darius Carter. Like, that's world champion TV level good. So if I'm there, I'm doing pretty all right. I'm just making my job to prove you right moving forward. But damn, you know what? I have to give credit to someone else for that. Your partner on your other podcast, Miss Lovely.
That jerk.
I love her to death. I'm convinced her and I are related. So she said I'm like the $1 million man when I perform. And I was born in '94, so I'm not about to pretend like I was outside when Ted DiBiase Sr. was cooking. I absolutely was not. But thankfully, the internet works. So from when she called me the $1 million man, I went back and I did a lot of $1 million man homework. And then I went back and watched all of my stuff back for the second time, because I have this thing where I only watch my match back one time, write down what I need to fix, write down what I don't like, and then I don't do it no more, and I move on. Like, I leave it in the past. Like, I don't look back. I've only ever watched my matches 2 times. The second time was only because I was making comparisons with $1 Million Man and trying to see what she was seeing. And I saw what she said. So now I take direct inspiration from him because of what you said earlier with, I don't try to be cool. $1 Million Man wasn't trying to be cool. Was it cool that he was the $1 Million Man? Yes. It's cool to be Andino, to me. It don't got to be cool to nobody else. Ted DiBiase did not care about the $1 Million Man concept being cool to anybody but Ted DiBiase. So that's where that comes from. And the antics, as people would word them, he bought the WWE title, bro. He is, if less is more was a human being in pro wrestling, you have to put his face there. And at the end of the day, he's a Hall of Fame level main event, could have easily have been a world champion anywhere else guy. But because the way his character was set up, you didn't even need to put the world title on him. He came with a made-up championship that later on other people actually cared to get. That's a different level of, I'm cool all by myself, whether you with it or not, that I strive to touch. I'm ghetto $1 million man. I'm hood DiBiase Jr.
The
And
$100 man.
I'm the I'm the 100-pound gram. I'm the I'm where he probably made his money on a pension. I made my money on the corner.
Fair enough.
But at the end of the day, I'm gonna have millions too. My suit just gonna not look as nice. But at the end of the day, that he inspired me so much. And the one specific match that I watched, that is how I approach a lot of matches, because a lot of these dudes got the same freaking style. Ted DiBiase versus Rocker Shawn Michaels. That match exists. It's just the one. I'm sure they wrestled on house shows out the ass, but there's only one that's on YouTube. And that style where he's still himself and he lets Shawn do all the cool jumpity, flippity, cooly stuff. You know, everybody these days, everybody's Alex Shelley. Everybody's on the X Division now. They even wear the X Division pants, I like to call them. None of these niggas give Alex Shelley like trademark. Like, I feel like everyone owes Alex Shelley money because they all wear his pants. And they're all either the high flyer small guys or they're the super grapply small guys. They're either flippy Alex Shelley or grapply Alex Shelley. These under 200-pound guys have no originality to save their lives, and the least they could do is send Alex Shelley money. They all got the the little crotch thing on the pants. Everyone has it. They all wear either the long tights or the cut off Motor City Machine Gun. We get it. They were great. I don't disagree. Find yourself, goddammit. But I'm sorry, that was a tangent. But because
I actually
that style is so prevalent, I know I don't wrestle like that, so I had to figure out how to wrestle the average indie wrestler, because unfortunately that's the average indie style. And there it was, that Ted DiBiase Shawn Michaels match. So that's how I wrestle those dudes. And when I'm in multi-man matches specifically, I was taught that when there's a lot of people, doing the moves isn't always going to be the way you stand out. Everyone is going to try to do the moves to stand out. Do something else. There's 4 massive pillars surrounding the ring, and everyone's trying to be a tough guy. I'm the champion. I have the champion's advantage. Why don't I just hide in the corner? Why not? That was a spontaneous spur of the moment. I'm like, why not? It's there. No one else is going to do it because everyone else is trying to look like a badass. And also, I don't need to prove being tough. like when you have Jackie Chan wore crop tops and fishnet, and we seen the meme, you wear what you want when you know you can fight. I do what I want because I know I can fight. So I don't really care. I served 8 years in the military. I ain't no chump, bro. So I ain't really worried about proving being a hard. Like there's cuts on these hands for real. I actually, my nose ain't straight. Like, I've been hit in the face, and I've hit more faces than my face has been touched. I'll be fine. So my ego is completely in check. And also my beautiful wife satiates it very well. So I'm very content with things. People would be better off if they got, some pussy, but whatever. I'm sorry, bro.
That might be the name of the episode. That might be the name of the episode.
Get some ass, bro. If people got more ass, they'd be better wrestlers.
I think the world would be much happier. I'd be at work and then people be upset, and I'd be like, you know what, you didn't. Never mind. You know what? I've gone.
Get some ass, man.
So, winning championships is something a lot of folks don't get to do.
That's too bad. Can't relate.
Right? What is it? First of all, how did it feel to win your first? And what, is it fuel? How do you stay from becoming complacent with being nice on your block, winning that first championship? How do you motivate yourself to kind of thirst for more after being a champion, which, like we said, not a lot of niggas get to do?
I've been blessed to be put in situations that I've made the most of. My first title was a tag team title, with one of my best friends in the whole wide world, Jeremy Grimes, who no longer wrestles. And that's the main reason why I'm even a singles wrestler now, because if Jeremy was still wrestling, you'd be talking to a tag wrestler. Because I had no intention of being a singles wrestler. I always loved tag team wrestling, and I loved teaming with him. And when he hung it up, I didn't like the idea of teaming with somebody else. And that changed now, because he's encouraged me, like, yo, bro, if it comes up, do what's best for you. I still talk to him every day, an actual friend in real life. But my first championship was a tag title. And it was after everyone was content with me being a manager and him pushing for me to be a tag with him. So winning that first tag title with him was very, like, rewarding in the sense of, like, I told you so. And then when we won 4 more, it was like, we fucking told you so. But then when he hung it up, then the question became, well, who's Andino now? And then when I dumped doing the whole director thing and started being my true self, I remember it being a conversation of, all right, he's good. And I was a very, like, under like first on the card bad guy, like just go out there, be a little heater, go make some good guy look really good, and all right, man, peace out, here's your little money, nobody gives a fuck, bye. And I just kept saying, like, I just kept looking at the landscape of things, and I was just like, yo, I could do that. I know I could do that. And I know I could do that a lot better than some of these dudes that try to gas up. And I just, like, somebody just got to let me run one time, and then fight happens. Like I said, DC. I'm the DMV's greatest adopted son in wrestling. The Edgewood Arts Center saw me for the first time. The second show, I come out there to wrestle Billy Dixon for the inaugural Chocolate City Championship match that I lost. And the Andino Heat thing happened. And it was almost like a, oh, wait, maybe he's not just a guy who can produce a good match with somebody. And then I just remember John telling me, you're next. And say nothing else. He didn't give me no details. He just said, you're next. Keep doing whatever it is you're doing. Don't stay still. Just keep doing this. But you're next. If. And then the day came. And then on that same day, I won another one. On the same day, I started the show, beat Billy for the Chocolate City Championship. After intermission, come right back and won the 1CW Bulletproof title. And then the week prior, I won a championship. And in the same month, I became 3BD, 3-belt Dino. It was in May. Dino de Mayo happened. I'm Mr. October in May. I don't lose in May. That hasn't changed. Maybe it's a Spanish thing, Cinco de Mayo. I'm not even Mexican, but for whatever reason in May, like, honestly, just don't wrestle me in May if you want to win a match. Like, it's just, I don't lose in May. I don't know why. It's like Juneteenth for black guys on a majority white card.
Okay.
They all win. I don't know why, but for whatever reason, for the last 3 years, I have gone undefeated in May. It's a weird stat. I don't write this shit, but for whatever reason, May is for me. And there I was walking around with 3 championships, and then everyone wanted to book me. And then, so been doing the championship thing for about to be 2 years. It's almost like different when I'm wrestling and a championship isn't involved, or at least on my waist. I would be okay with coming out as a challenger again. The motivation is different. It's 2 different motivations. When you're a champion, your motivation is to represent what you're meant to represent. As the Chocolate City champion, my intention is to treat myself like a world champion, because to me, the best wrestlers are from, or they've worked to make their way in the indies, in the Mid-Atlantic, more specifically the DMV. I think we got the best guys. I think if you put us in a regional contest, we shit on a lot of people. And I mean that because, in my opinion, I think I'm the weak link of the best here. And if I'm your weak link, and the saying is you're only as strong as your weak link, if I'm the weak link, we look really fucking stacked. like that's like if Allen Iverson is the worst dude on your all-star team. I don't see you losing a lot of games. So like that's how I feel about it, me personally. Like, so, and I treat it like that because, in my opinion, I don't need to be the world champion because I'm the Chocolate City champion, and that's the title that represents the DMV. And so if I'm the best in the best place, does that not make me in turn the best?
I like it. Now, question: does that Chocolate City championship, does it come with like a pair of New Balance or go tape? You know what I mean? Backyard 329 and the goddamn Balamambo sauce. Like, did they get you right?
So, I feel like I inadvertently, worked myself into a shoot. Because my wife is from DC, and I was always convinced. I thought she was from Maryland, and as you know, there is a difference. This is gonna sound so bad. I found out her birth certificate says DC when we went to that courthouse, because I always thought she was from Maryland. And she was like, well, I was basically raised here, but at the end of the day, I'm from DC. I was like, I'm looking dead at your birth certificate. It says DC. And mine says New York, Brooklyn Hospital. Like, you're saying,
you faking. She said, you faking, Mo.
I was like, shit. I really married into the game. like I was like, oh no, I can't. There's nothing I can do about it now. When she, not too much on her, but she preached for a little while. She lived in Washington State, out there in the Seattle area. She was down there going to school and shit. And when she would come visit family here, she would make sure to go back to Washington with mumbo sauce. So
I get some.
Just
listen, and it gotta be from a good carry out too. You can't just go get that at Walmart.
She made it like a concentrated point. Like, if I'm gonna, because they don't got that shit over there. And I've never worn a pair of New Balances in my life. But I recently am gonna go shopping. I'm gonna go dad clothing shopping. And New Balance is a really good dad shoe, from what I've been told.
Get you some 990s. You still look good, but you're comfortable.
Right. So I'm for my baby shower next week, I'm buying like an intentional dad fit. Like, I'm gonna force looking like a dad.
No Burberry shirts.
No. But I am gonna do like a golf shirt. And I'm gonna do like the dad shorts and the golf shirt, the dad hat. But I need dad shoes, and I'm like, it might have to be New Balances. Like, it's either New Balances or the Air Monarchs.
Do not do the Monarchs, please don't. Shout out to Emilio Sparks. Don't wear them goddamn Monarchs. Sparks, stop wearing them goddamn Monarchs.
I have to, bro. I don't know, but yeah. So I have listened to some go-go songs. You're gonna be upset about this. There was a show that you came to. We were gonna get me a band. That'd have been ill. We were gonna get me a band, and they were gonna do one of their hits, and then they were gonna do their best version of Hustler's Ambition.
That now, see, the Chocolate City champion coming down to the ring to the go-go version of Hustler's Ambition with the that nigga in the all right, like that nigga. Come on, listen. I'm ready, but I will warn you. That is a very cool thing to do.
See, it's gonna sound like I'm catering. So here was why it didn't happen. For one, I didn't realize how much go-go bands charge. Word. And the other thing was, it was gonna be at the Brow, and apparently their acoustics weren't really good for a live band. Like, one of the dudes who was in the band came because he's actually a fan. Okay. So he came and he listened, and he straight up told me, he said, we could do it, but I'd be lying if I said it would sound good. And I was like, okay. So he says that, and then he gives us the price. And I was like, well, why would we pay that if you told us it's not even going to sound good?
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? And he was like, well, this is the price because y'all said y'all want 2 songs.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, okay, how much is 1 song? And he was like,
How much for the one?
They was like, so do you want the custom of your joint or do you want one of our joints? I said, is there a difference? He was like, of course. I was like, which one's more expensive? He was like, the custom song, because you'd be asking us to make a song.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, and obviously it's not like we're going to perform it ever again. This is specifically for you. So I was like, can I pay y'all to make the song like away from here, like in the studio? He was like, yeah, that'd be a different conversation. We could totally do that. So that I have considered just getting with them, paying for their studio time. That's what they said. They said, if you pay for the studio time, that'd actually be fun to do. We would just do it. So that I might pay for their studio time to make the go-go version of Hustler's Ambition. The only issue with that is if I use it anywhere but there and it gets put out, they could get struck. They could get hit with a strike and a lawsuit because obviously that song has a sample. That song it's owned by Shady Aftermath. They don't play. Right. So
but if they're not playing it and they can't prove that they got paid for it, you should be okay.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just obviously I need a custom song because I'm in talks about certain things and I can't obviously use that song forever. It's gonna suck the day that I can't use that song forever. But it's gonna come. I'm gonna have to get a custom song for the purpose of copyrights and all that stuff because all that. But when that day comes.
I feel you. I got 2 more things for you before we get up out of here. First of all respect for doing the most heelish thing I have seen during any interview I've ever been involved with, being a New York guy with a Patriot shirt on. That is the most heel thing I've ever seen in my life.
I can explain this.
Okay.
There's a real reason. I'm a New York fan in everything but football. The Jets and the Giants play in Jersey. I wasn't introduced to football until I was 6 years old. My uncle's a Bills fan, and he took me to a Patriots game with the intention of making me a Bills fan. And I saw Ty Law and that defense spank the Bills for 4 quarters, and I saw them shooting muskets and cheerleaders dressed like the British were coming. And as a child, because again, I was a child who didn't know shit about American football, I thought this was the coolest experience in my life. This is who I'm rooting for. I don't actually care about football. I just like these guys because they got muskets. And this dude's last name is Law. And I saw him practically decapitate 3 guys so far. And also the food here is great. And apparently being a New York Patriots fan is not uncommon. It's actually
it's like being a DC Cowboys fan.
Yeah. We're that. Except at least we can go to that field. Because it's not actually very hard to get to Massachusetts from New York at all.
It's a giddy up.
But it's not. But it's doable compared to going to Houston or Dallas.
Hey, listen. I am
being from DC and going all the way to Texas. You got to take a flight.
Yeah.
We could drive.
You could.
We did it, to get there. And in some cases, because of the way traffic is in New York, getting to upstate to watch a Bills game, you might get to Massachusetts sooner.
Yikes. That's
you feel what I'm saying? So
that's all far.
That's how that happened for me. I didn't know it was going to become a dynasty. I didn't know who Tom Brady was. It was still Bledsoe when I was watching. Yeah,
the Cowboys. Another Cowboy connection. Keep going.
Yeah, I didn't know. I had no idea. It just worked out that way, and it was cool. And I grew up spoiled in football and in baseball, and I grew up suffering in basketball because I'm a Knicks fan. So life's been hard, but every year we're gonna win a championship. So,
that's what's up, man. Before we get up out of here, man, July 23rd.
Yes. Ooh.
You know what I'm saying?
There it is.
3608 Legion Road, Cheverly, Maryland. You know what I'm saying?
That guy in the
Fight
corner.
Club.
Handsome.
I love the fact that it says Happy Juneteenth and it's CP time because it's a month late. It is amazing. Doors open at 5, bell time 6 p.m.
Yes.
talk about what this event is going to be. And what's up with the with the Chocolate City Champ?
So I am in a non-title match. I am required to give DK Vandu a rematch because apparently I cheated him. I don't know how you cheat someone who didn't win a match. You win or you lose. Get over it. Suck it up. Get in the back of the line. But he decided to get some melanin on his nose because clearly he kissed somebody's ass. And he finessed himself into a non-title match. And as you see, man, a lot of these matches I've had recently were supposed to be non-title, but for whatever fucking reason, somebody gets their balls big all of a sudden, and they want to challenge me on the spot, and I'm not pussy. And I think I made the mistake of accepting every single job because I defend. This is a true stat. I defended the title against more people specifically, more people than whom held the title before me and who holds the title above me. Because, and this is probably why these people hate me, because God, they just can't take it off me. They just can't take it off me. I'm like Elvis with robbing black people. I'm gonna just keep doing it. Hey, and I'm gonna keep making $1 out of it. It's bad. It's bad. It's bad. But yeah, the Cambodian strongman who, you know, he's got a lot of muscle. So what? It didn't. All that muscle and he couldn't kick out a 3. So I mean, it's just gonna happen again. If you don't want to come to CP time, I understand, because you know once I'm done, the show's really over, and you're not really gonna see anything new. You know, it's like going to a movie twice. You know, if you enjoyed the movie, I understand going again in the movie theater, but it's gonna be the same movie. DK Vandu's gonna come out. He's gonna be a charisma vacuum. Andino's gonna come out with 87 pieces of gold. The block. We're gonna look great. We're gonna black excellence on 1,000, led by yours truly, the Mid-Atlantic African Hispanic. And then I'm gonna come out there, take one of my many pieces of glory, my prized possession, my Chocolate City Championship that should have been mine from day uno. Doesn't matter today because I have it now. Me and all 365 days plus, we're gonna go out there, stare down this charisma vacuum, show him what it's like to be great, let him touch the ability, and just like my favorite movie, I'm gonna teach him how to be a man. And then I'm gonna beat his ass. And then at the end, when we're done getting down to business, I will defeat this son. And, you know, I'm going to go home, kiss my wife's pregnant belly, lay down, kiss my championship, tuck her in real nice. I'm going to go to bed. I'm going to wake up. I'm going to still be great. He's going to do whatever. He might go to the gym again and think it's going to make a difference. I don't know. Whatever. He apparently is coming in 10 pounds heavier than last time. I couldn't tell when I was ragging his ass up above my shoulders and dropping him on his stupid ass face. But hey, keep pumping, dog. I guess. There's other great matches going on. Elo O'Neal versus Suge for the wild card. I've held that twice. That's going to be fantastic. I beat them both. That's going to be fantastic. I can't wait for that one. What else is happening? Who else is going to be there? Big time Rob Radke. I like him. I beat him. He's going to come out there. He's probably going to kick Dustin's ass. That's going to be fun. Killian McMurphy is going to be there. Everybody loves him. I beat him. He's going to come out. He's going to be great. He's going to yell. He's going to do cool moves. He might hit someone with that mean-ass lariat. It's going to be great. Who else is there? Silent Storm. Nobody really cares about them. They're going to come out. They're going to make poses and look really shiny. They're going to have a tag match. If it's against the block, the Duffel Bag Boys, they're going to lose. So, what else is happening? Avery Jackson's coming back. She's great. I'd beat her if they put us in a match. She's going to come out there. You know, she might do a moonsault. It's cool when she does a moonsault. Yay. What else? Who's happening? Put the flyer back up. Let me look at everybody. Pure ignorance. They're gonna come out there. They're gonna claim that it's their hood, but I'm the Chocolate City champion. So no, it's not. But they're gonna do that.
Pure ignorance from Baltimore, right?
Yeah. So I don't know how. They act like
they the homies though. Shout out to the homies, man.
I love them to death.
I'll rock.
Baltimore is its own entity. So how is it their hood if we're not in Baltimore? I don't understand. They live in a different state. Why do they keep claiming the DMV? But hey, that's their business. What else? Who else is here? Let me look. Miles Millennium, he's great. You know what I'm saying? If we put us in a match, I'd beat him too. Christian Robinson, he probably won't pass the medical because Lord knows he's going to be high. Who else?
It's legal now. It's legal now.
Oh, so he might get away with it. Good for him. They made it legal just in time.
Shout out to Maryland.
Every time it's like hey, is he going to pass? Who else? Who am I missing? Am I missing anybody? No, I covered everybody. Yeah, so that's that. There's one guy missing. We're not going to talk about him. No, we're not going to talk about him. He big or whatever. I don't really give a damn.
Yeah, he said.
What's up with big bald dudes and having an attitude, man? Like that's your neck of the woods. What's up with him, man? He interrupted me and I didn't like that.
I remember having hair, and
you think that's why he mad at me?
Listen. I mean, I'm a little salty.
He interrupted. I was out there. It was supposed to be my celebration, and this big, bald bitch came out there, interrupted me, disrespected me in front of my friends, and told me to leave, like as if I didn't already have a match. I had been out there like 3. So, I'm called upon a bunch as the duties of the champion. You would think he'd understand that, and he wants to, get all big and burly. Like, you're not tough. I already wrestled. That's actually kind of pussy. If we keep it a bean, like, why you want to fight me after I already fought? That's kind of whack. Where was you at when I didn't fight? But when I do fight, now all of a sudden you want to magically spawn up. You wasn't even announced. Where'd you come from? Like, why you just pull up? Like, go do Ring of Honor. Like, why he ain't just? I thought he was go do that shit. Like, go. That nigga was supposed to take over the world. Go take over the world. This is my city. Let me handle city business. The president don't bother the governor. Let me govern. Okay, we're doing great. We're happy. We're fine. I got us out the brow and they stopped bleeding us out of money. I got us out of DC, but we still represent DC. We make more money than we lose. I think my time as the champion has been fantastic. I'm not defending the title against like I'm defending the title against some people that deserve actual matches. I've made stars, man. I'm out here cooking. I'm doing my job. And here this big bald bitch want to come out with his mean ass face and his mean ass eyes and his mean ass attitude and his mean ass beard. I didn't even understand the words coming. He was just man. Fee, 5, 4, from. My name is O'Shea Edwards, and I'm angry because you said my name. Man. So what? Every time somebody says your name, you just gonna teleport and just pull up? Like you Bloody Mary now? Like that? You a kaiju or you Bloody Mary? Well, who's the deal? And I ain't never seen a movie where the kaiju ain't get killed at the end anyway. So, like, what are we talking about? King Kong got his ass beat by a dragon. What are we talking about? You not Godzilla. Like, so, like, go somewhere, bro. Like, I can't stand him. He big, mean, and ugly, and I can't stand his face. I hate the way he looks at me. I hate his voice. I hate that his name is O'Shea and he's not Irish. I can't stand it.
What about Ice Cube?
Damn it. I like Ice Cube. I do like Ice Cube. See, maybe that's the issue. Because he an angry ass O'Shea too. Maybe when he was named O'Shea, it just like came with the attitude.
You know what? I ain't gonna do it.
But like, is that what it is? Like, is it just like he was born and then his mama, who I won't speak ill on, looked at him and said, "Your name is O'Shea," and he just immediately
became an NWA.
He was all good guy. My name O'Shea. Like, just off the rip. Like, what's wrong with him, bro? Smile. I don't even know if that brother know how to smile. Debuted on MLW, had a fantastic match. Not a single smile. Not a single smile. Smile, man. Be happy.
Yeah, I think it's something about he don't like people faking like they heavyweights, I believe, is his issue.
I've never once illustrated myself as a heavyweight. So what's the beef over here? I illustrate myself as a money weight. Okay? The only pounds I care about, we can't say it legally. I don't really give a damn about no damn. I don't even like it when the announcer says how much I weigh because that's redundant. DK Vandu's 215 pounds today, apparently. I don't give 2 bits of a fuck because all 215 pounds, and then when you crash on your neck, then what? A DDT will change a lot of that weight. Yeah. Okay, keep looking at me like that. I swear to God.
Uh-oh.
I swear to God. Cut that part.
I'm gonna be honest. I do like how you talking. And that really does it for us. Before we get out of here, and I'm gonna lay out this your show. Tell the folks what they need to know. Tell the folks how they can get at you, and you know what I mean, tell them what you got going on.
Oh, I get the solo camera. This is great. At @studio_Andino on all platforms because I'm intelligent and I don't make it difficult for people to find me. You can catch me CP time July 23rd, Cheverly, Maryland. Doors at 5, bell at 6. You can catch me at SWA in Pennsylvania. I'm the Mid-Atlantic champion there. One more state, and I'll have defended that championship in every state that's inside of the Mid-Atlantic because I'm fantastic at my job. Not at the next one, but you can also catch me at First Championship Wrestling in Delaware. They post shows like they got so many damn shows. Ain't no point in even wasting your time telling me. The next one's July 15th, so you can go there as well. And I think that was in Selby, Delaware, but they're expanding there in 2 different parts of Delaware. They're going to be in Virginia. They're going to be in Maryland. They taking the show on the damn road. They're doing a great job. I'm a former champion there, and I'm going to be a champion there again. So where's another great place you can see me? You can go watch the recent MLW show, Never Say Never. And you'll see me out there in all my do-rag glory supporting the F1ght Club and Alex Kane becoming the world champion. Watch it back as many times as you want. Eventually, you will see me coming from that curtain, not as a member of, well, probably a member, who knows, but, you know, not being a extra, but being extra. And you can catch me anywhere where the money resides. If there's weight to be pushed, if there's a dollar to be made, if there's a place to be great, if there's championships to be won, they're going to look at me, and I'm going to be there. And when I'm there, assume the same result. The end of the movie doesn't change. The greatest hustler since hustling been invented since 50 Cent. The greatest crazy dollar to be made since Kanye West. Andino. It's my father's name, and I've been keeping it better than him and everybody else behind him. The greatest Andino since the first Andino. Always say the Andino. Christopher Andino. Yes, you're welcome.
Cause I'm asked, what the what? What a money reside, what a money reside, what a money reside, what a money reside.
It's bad I'm wearing a blue shirt too.